Well, look at that. It's Saturday already. Welcome into the Upstate Pulse. My name is Lonzo. It is a beautiful Saturday out. Yeah, I know it rained all night, but man, how green things are going to be. It is spring. It is a time of renewal. And we are going to get down to our final four of the Upstate Pulse Sidekick bracket this evening. We're also going to be doing a bunch of other stuff. We saw movies. We played new video games. We did all kinds of things. But if this is your first time tuning in, I don't know where you've been, but I'm glad you are here. It's a glorious day in this building, as if a weight had been lifted, a newfound freedom, just because I was on vacation. You know, now I'm back. Now everyone has to deal with it again. So that's all I was talking about. We are your location. We are your destination for all things pop culture right here in the upstate of South Carolina. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and the X at either the Upstate Pulse or 98.9 WORD. First in the building to do it. Some will say that we were not, but they're all liars. And we did it first because that's what we do here. We are the geek squad of the building, if you will. We will try new things, if you will. We will do all that, if you will, because that's what we do. I am not alone in this endeavor. And yes, it's a big word for me. Not really. I'm not alone in this endeavor because making his triumphant return is one Odie.
The Upstate Pulse was a little bit sad last week. It was a little bit down. The fill-in filled in and it was fill-inable. But now, the Odie has returned.
Are you also selling watches?
Sometimes I sell watches. That's my cousin Rolex.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no. So
is that what the music's from?
That's the Rolex Symphony number 17.
Well, whatever it is, I hope it's whitelisted.
It is white. Oh, of course it is. Well, it's not going out over on the thing
because
I pressed the button and the thing in the yoke and it's going out over the radio airwaves.
Okay,
but not on the stream yards.
All right. Just making sure.
Yeah. Okay.
The other voice you hear is Cameron.
Hi. Why don't you draw me out?
No, I'm giving you music.
Oh, okay. It's
fine. No, it's gone now.
Matthew is not here this week because he's got a thing, I think in Charlotte. I forget where he's got a, whenever he's not here, he's usually either covering the news somewhere or he's doing something video game related. Today it's video game related.
Typically Smash.
Yeah, there's a tournament going on somewhere. I want to believe that he said Charlotte, but it was last week when he told me, and I've been on vacation all week, and I turned the radio off. That's what I do. And basically try not to look at the stream or anything when I'm on vacation.
Yeah,
because
who's going to look at the stream when you're not like here?
Because if you're on vacation and you turn the radio on, then you brought your work home with you. Is that
really the same? Is that really it? Like, I mean, if
it is for me, because if I hear a mistake, it's like, oh no. If I hear a spot played, it shouldn't play, or if I hear someone screwing up, or if I hear someone saying something they shouldn't say and things like that, then I feel responsible even though I'm not there. Because in some cases, if they say it and I'm not there and they're filling in for me, they wouldn't be able to say it if I was there.
True.
Because they're just there because I'm not there.
True.
So,
yeah.
I mean, there's that. Also, text line 71307. I was curious. How do you say Christmas tree?
Christmas tree.
Okay, so isn't that Christmas 3?
No.
Okay.
Listen.
Upon a Christmas?
No. I we've got to ask Odie, and we're going to get there eventually, probably. But what's the difference between the number tree and the Christmas tree?
Okay, are you ready for this now? Yeah. I am going to say the two separate words.
All right, you're going to enunciate in a way that will make me be able to tell the difference.
You will know exactly the difference between the two of them. So the first one, this is a tree, and this one is a tree.
Cameron?
Huge difference. Massive difference.
All right, you out there, text line 71307 or on YouTube, Twitch, X, or Facebook. I didn't hear a difference.
So, okay, I'll do it again.
On the second one, you look like the owl from the Tootsie Pop commercial.
I've been told that before.
Yeah.
I've also been told I look like the redhead guy from the Heartburn commercial.
No, it wasn't it was your how you enunciated.
Oh, okay.
You sounded like the owl.
I'll try it again. So the first one, and I'm not mixing them up. The first one is a tree, and the second one is a tree.
He does sound like the owl.
Doesn't he?
He does.
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
A tree.
No, say a 1, a 2, a 3.
1, a 2, a tree.
Yeah, wow. It's
It-
just,
it
it's
is
a,
him.
Am I an owl?
yeah,
Am I an old wise owl?
well,
No.
mhm.
You give terrible
Oh,
advice.
you
to
shut your
children.
mouth. Oh no.
There's another word you
That's
could
a great
put with
retaliation.
wise, and that's probably what you are. But yeah, it's no, it's all right. Let me get to the stream really quick. Viper Dave says, "Is this really all
There's 3 trees in
y'all,
the forest.
or your doppelgangers?"
Shh.
We're all AI. It finally took over.
It's
Yes,
finally
it
here.
finally took over. I never came back from vacation.
I'm still out sick.
I was permanently vacated.
I was. Oh man. I
And
was
Cameron
quite
has
sick.
never been real. So I mean,
I
there you
was
go.
a dream the entire time.
This is where I find out that they're all the voices in my head. It's like the poem I have: roses are red, violets are blue. I'm schizophrenic, and so am I.
Mark says, "Hey guys, shout out to Kid Flaccid. Our WrestleMania picks tonight." No, we're gonna do it next week. Even though, well, no, because we got 2 weeks till WrestleMania, so we're gonna do it next week.
Are we going to talk about the other wrestling, the one that has been on the cards for the last?
Do you mean we can't do it till we have 4 people here?
Yeah, but can we say who won?
No, not till we have 4 people here.
Oh, you're just, you're just that way inclined.
I am.
And a bit of
yes,
Scottish right there
yes,
with the
yeah, I'm very, very much like that.
The Scottish stole it from us.
They
Okay,
did. They
Yes.
stole, they stole the
All
Ak from
Yes.
you.
let's not get.
And the dresses, but we called them kilts.
Did Germans steal the Ak from you?
Yeah.
Also, did
They
they?
certainly did.
Okay, all right. Just
They
kidding.
stole
Yeah,
quite a bit
We
of stuff.
went over
like,
to the peninsula and they started saying Ak a whole bunch. And
That's
we-
strike 2. That is strike 2.
Strike
yeah.
2. Wow. All right, Scott on the stream says,
One strike
evening,
tree.
guys. This week, more info came to light about the Willy Wonka experience debacle that occurred in Scotland a couple of weeks back, which we talked about, by the way. Seems that this is not the first scam attempted by the guy. Yeah, we talked about that too. That put it in on he's profusely apologizing while trying to play himself a victim. Wonder if he's more afraid of facing the authorities or the angry parents of the kids. He's not afraid. He's written, I think it's 3 books. He didn't write them. He let AI write them and publish them. Because
I
we
can
mentioned that when we talked about the actual thing.
I can just imagine him apologizing. Oh, it didn't do it. And, Willy Wonka didn't show up. It's just, I went there and he wasn't there. And then he had to do it. It's all good. But I'll give you back your money if you want.
I just hear Scrooge McDuck
Loads of money.
or Drew McIntyre. One
That's
or
what
the other. I mean,
I put all my money into the one spot and I jump into it and swim around.
That's a goal of mine in life is to have that much money that I can just swim in it.
I don't think you can swim in money.
Physically, it's not really possible.
'cause
I
of the
don't
weight-
care. I'd
the
have so
weight of
much
the
money
money.
that I would
Yeah.
make it sell.
You'd
Yeah.
probably break your spine or
Yeah,
something.
you're a
or-
physics.
There's got to be.
You
there's-
guys are engineers, and you're
All right,
thinking
all right.
it's
so
physically possible.
there's got to be a way to break the gold down to make it a liquid to where it's not scalding
Yeah, it's
hot.
called melting.
Yeah, and then you would.
Yeah, and
be-
then you just like it.
yeah,
I really am thinking that we have the AI Cameron tonight.
yeah.
He's just
just a little bit off.
Yeah.
just a little bit.
How
Yeah,
am I off?
You're firing like a V7 tonight. You're not quite a V8.
not quite a V8. There's some
You think there's a cylinder
the-
off?
I think one of your
timing
you're
belts out, time belts off just a tad. Yeah, you get a backfire here every once in a while, and the dual exhaust, and it doesn't sound right because it's coming out the right side and maybe the left, and not.
Am I
yeah.
jalopy, Cameron?
Yeah.
What's going on with me?
I kind of backfired earlier on. It was terrible.
Yes. All right. So lots of things to get to today, including Rob Young was supposed to be on with us from South Carolina Comic-Con. Still may call in later, but he had something come up at the last minute and could not be here. But we will talk South Carolina Comic-Con, especially next week. Next week, we're really going to get into all things Comic-Con. We'll talk about our experiences. Hopefully we can get Rob on next week if possible. And we're looking forward to Odie getting to go to the big con. He got
Going to the big one.
he got to see Junior, which is like a fourth of the size of this thing. And if you've been there, it's pretty big.
We took him to the kiddie pool.
We did, and now he's getting ready to dive right in. By the way, they added a guest right at the end of the surprise guest, John Rhys Davies.
Yeah.
And
Gimli,
yes, or
son of gold.
what was his name in Indiana Jones? I forget his name.
Jim.
I don't think his name was Jim.
Which
No.
was, yeah.
No, he was in all the Indiana Jones.
He was,
movies.
yeah, but he was the dude with the thing.
He's the guy who got him the camels.
He
and
was.
got him-
He had a big fez.
Yeah, he had the
fez.
fez.
Fezzy
Yes.
McFezerstein.
He rocked the
That was
fez.
his name. Yeah.
if you remember his name before Cameron can look it up, stream us or text us and let us know because I forget his name. And I don't want to guess.
It wasn't Murphy.
No, dude, it was a name of the region.
Jafar.
I don't think it was Jafar, but it was something.
It was
it
Aladdin.
was like Raj or something like that. Yeah, I hate that we don't remember.
Sala.
There we go. Yeah, it was Sala. He was Sala.
Was it Tikka?
Sala got him. No, his name was just Sala.
No, not tikka masala.
I'd love it. I would actually like a tikka masala now.
I actually
By the way,
made some
Viper
spicy
Dave.
tikka masala last week.
Ooh.
Dave wants to talk about X-Men 97. Watch both episodes that dropped. We're going to talk about that too. Mark says, I use AI image generators for my book characters. I then send those images to cover artist illustrators so they know what the characters look like. The generators themselves are hit or miss. That's a good way to use it.
It's not a bad use.
Yeah, as long as I have the same thing, but I just have my cousin and I just explain to him what I want, and he and I like have shared the similar brains since I was little, and so I can I've been thinking about seeing if I can add 2 characters to the latest poster. I've been thinking about that and see if there's an angle to add 2 characters to the latest poster, and then possibly getting t-shirts made.
I think I've been using my generators all wrong.
Really?
Yeah, because I normally just bring them fishing with me, and at nighttime when it gets dark, I just plug them in, start them up, and it brings light back.
What do you need light for while you're out there fishing? Don't you know your hole?
Sometimes I do, but sometimes you get into a part of your hole that you're just not 100% sure that was
on
there.
occasion forgets his hole.
Well, you got a finder, right?
I do have a fish finder,
Okay.
and I normally, when I'm in my
do you
hole,
feel like you're cheating if you use a fish finder?
No, because sometimes I lose them. And
the fish finder, or you lose the fish?
Yeah.
Okay. All
exactly.
right.
So do you have the finder for the fish finder?
Yeah. So it's a whistle detection. But sometimes I forget how to whistle, and
one
adds
does.
insult to injury.
Also, if you're wondering who's getting nerfed, here's the problem. Okay, the 4 of us haven't showed up at the same time, and I cannot, in good conscience, put someone on the wall, even if it were me, because I'm not saying who's going on the wall with only 2 people shooting. And I got a brand new gun, and that, and
a brand new gun. My nervous.
I don't have a brand new pair of roller skates, and you don't have a brand new key.
I actually do.
Okay. All right.
I got one cut today.
All right.
So
I am wrong.
And Odie has a brand new key.
Kevin says bait fish will come to the light. Hey man, I've been fishing a bunch when I was younger. I've been fishing lately. Maybe the fish have changed.
Yeah, it's the new breed,
or it's a South Carolina fish.
I think it's one of them anyway.
Or it's fish down there in Lake Kiowee or wherever next to the nuclear site. Light means, hey, there's our buddy up there. All right, we're gonna take a break. When we come back,
there's our buddy.
We are going to we're gonna get to the bracket early. We're gonna get down to our final 4. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Hi, Noel.
Hello, Noel.
Hello, Noel. How are you this fine evening? What, you ain't Superman? What you doing? Don't be showing.
What is he rubbing?
I don't know. That's weird. Don't do that.
I always just caught a glimpse.
I was rubbing my harp.
Your what?
Your harp?
Your harp. Oh, okay. I didn't hear any music. Is that kind of music your harp makes?
I just thought I was like blank.
Can you do that on a harp?
Wow.
I don't think you can make that noise on the harp.
Well, if it's incredibly out of tune, maybe. Do harps get out of tune? Everything gets out of tune, right?
Well, it's a stringed instrument. It would have to get out of tune.
Yeah.
There are harp tuners out there.
Professionally?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are harp tuners.
Well, no, most people that can play their harp, like guitarists, most people that can play their harp can tune their own harp.
Noel said, "Good on the west side."
Yeah.
Kevin, you can think whatever it is, but they're way lower than that.
Wow, you must be old.
I am. Oh no, I'm older now than the last time I was in the studio.
Really?
Yes.
You had a birthday?
Oh, should we sing happy birthday to
No.
Odie? Everyone, if you see him on the street, sing him happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
I was more thinking,
Happy birthday.
happy birthday to you.
What?
Happy birthday to you.
That's my shoulders I'm rubbing.
Well, we knew that.
I don't know what's going on.
The fact that you don't know is proof that you're really young. Marilyn Monroe sang happy birthday to John F. Kennedy.
We were
Well,
there.
that's less creepy. That's more.
Yeah, but she was using that breathy of a voice. So
Yeah, but it's
Like,
Marilyn Monroe.
Noel sent you a birthday cake.
Noel sent me a cake.
No, that looks. Is that a cupcake or is that like a donut
I don't care.
with something in the middle?
How
I don't
thick
know.
is the cake?
How thick is your cake? Is your cake? How thick is your cake?
Really, Trey?
No.
You waited all week to get me with that, and you did. Boo. No, we went really serious last week. That's the most serious we've ever been ever. And you know, I blame Odie because he egged me on the stream. He's like, do it. And then he regretted it immediately afterwards.
Yes, I did.
You're just like lying in
I
bed,
was
just
just
like,
like,
As he's laying there nearly dead, and we're talking about AI replacements.
I am 43.
Man, you're ancient. 43. I'm only 27. My son's older than me.
what?
What?
Chuck Norris is
What?
older than his dad.
Yeah. Chuck Norris don't get old.
Chuck Norris punched age in the face.
Send in your Chuck Norris jokes.
I thought you were going to say send in the clowns.
Check-
'Cause there
Chuck-
ought to be clowns.
Chuck Norris
Isn't it rich?
can bring a horse to water and make it drink.
Yes, you can.
Can he teach a dog old
Yes, he
dog
can.
new tricks?
Yes, he can. Chuck Norris was once bitten by a cobra, and after 7 agonizing days, the cobra died.
I feel like something's watching me. I don't know why.
I always feel like somebody.
Yeah. And look at behind Odie. Is that the sun reflecting off of
No, that's
that
a light.
building over there?
It's
Or
off
is
of the
that-
billboard.
Yeah, that's wild.
Do you know what else is wild?
Looks like a torch.
Aminos.
Deuces?
Oh yeah.
I was going to say
Jokers?
me last Thursday, but
Oh, Kevin,
I
don't
never
talk
killed
to me
him.
about Lucky Charms, Kevin. No. Actually, we will talk about Lucky Charms in a very, very short second.
Why?
It's horrible. It's disgusting.
what, Lucky Charms?
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo, Odie, and Cameron here. If you are listening on the radio, you heard our rejoin with the ring canal, Gunther, who
Quinta?
is Gunther.
Oh,
Who
yeah.
turns out when we had him on the Rob Brown show, it was his first time doing an in-studio guest appearance. We found that out, and that he had so much fun. He said he wanted to do it again because, I mean, we had a blast with Gunther, except for the fact that LexCorp wrote that thing about him
Do you feel like
slapping
that's
me.
passive aggressive or like some sort of like redirection?
Listen, when I asked him if he ever made anyone cry, he said, maybe on the inside. And he did it in the German kind of accent, maybe on the inside.
Maybe only on the inside.
It was so great.
it's like the happiness with the cruelty.
He
behind
had
the
he had a
smile.
twinkle in his eye that made me uncomfortable. Like I was glad.
That's
Oh,
kind of like the
yeah.
twinkle I have in my eye most times.
Yeah,
aren't you?
yeah. Especially when
that's
we're
weird.
out in public, and
That bothers us for a
we have to
different
go on
reason.
defense.
I really believe that when we're out in public, see, you were talking about me egging you on last week. You do it to me. You're like, you just kind of, you pull the string on my back and you just get, all right, Odie, get him.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am not that guy. Yes, Mark, he is a polite heel, and he is very nice and very I don't he's not what I expected. But I've never had a wrestler that we've interviewed that I went, man, that guy's a jerk or that girl's a jerk. They are all really, really nice. The only one who went straight up heel on us was Lacey Evans. Couldn't get a word in, and she talked, and then she hung up. This interview's over, and then she hung up. It was great.
Didn't you take her off, or
Yeah, I did. But I do that.
you're an agitator?
Yeah, I am.
You agitate.
Speaking of agitating, she said something about Lucky Charms.
Oh,
I want to
yeah.
get to the
Kevin
thing,
Kevin
but
asked us on the stream about Lucky Charms, about soggy Lucky Charms.
it makes me angry too, but for a totally different reason than you.
Yeah, no. See,
No, you don't know.
No, you don't.
Oh,
No,
well,
you
maybe
don't
it's
know.
something very similar to what I'm about to discuss. So Lucky Charms brought out for Patty's Day, and yes, I said patties because it vexes me so much when people say Pattys, but
Because it vexed me so. That just makes me
vexed
think
you.
of Robin Hood.
now
when-
you're thinking you want to hurt me.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not that. It's when the abbot or the whoever.
Hey,
Not that Robin Hood.
Oh,
Robin Hood, little.
When,
Anyway,
when he was telling Robin that his dad confessed to being a pagan or something, because his next thing vexed me so. Oh, go ahead. What was it?
So Lucky Charms brought out Lucky Charms that just had green marshmallows.
Mhm.
That green,
No horseshoes.
no. They were all the right
what
shape.
about the clouds?
Okay.
Like the clouds, the hearts, the horseshoes, the shamrocks, but they were all green. Like they were all dyed green.
Mhm.
That food coloring, whatever it was, done something to my insides. Not only were the marshmallows green, and I'm just going to leave it there.
Is this why you were not here last week?
No, this isn't
Okay,
why.
so it's
I was
not-
about to say,
it's
But
not-
this was something else. This was something that on the Monday morning, when you know what happens on the morning time after you drink your coffee, you have to go and contemplate life.
Yes,
And
except for the coffee part.
yeah, and when you see something, you're like, why is there green in this?
Yes.
And that was me because I was like, why are things green?
Potty check.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to do potty check afterwards, especially when you reach a certain age.
Yes, you do.
For consistency
Yes.
and things like that, and making sure that there's
Want to make sure it's a good solid movement.
Yes, you
Yes.
do. Absolutely.
But it was green, and I got very worried,
Yeah.
very scared.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
I
was there
texted-
any sort of other problems?
No,
with
no,
that
everything
particular BM?
flowed well,
That's good. That's
and
good to know.
it was
Good to know.
regular.
Yeah.
But
Like
green.
soft serve,
and
or-
no, I'd be
You know that
fibrous
you know
diet.
you know what you saw in there is probably exactly what the Lucky Charms milkshake tasted like when we taste tested that. It was still the most disgusting
Probably.
thing that we've ever tried on the show.
I'm gonna
Which,
go.
by
with
the
that.
way,
Yeah.
when I was dumping that crap out in the sink, it like curled up and it looked like
You're on about the milkshake now.
Yes,
Yes,
the
yeah,
milkshake.
yeah,
okay.
yeah. He's a bad choice of words.
Bad choice of
Yes,
words.
it was.
the substance of which we had imbibed in that day. That still sounds bad.
But cleaner than it was.
Yeah, it's cleaner than it was. So put
Usually
that in the
is
sink,
afterwards.
Yes.
Because there's been
and
it
it curled up and it looked like
No.
either Cell from Dragon Ball Z or like one of the aliens from the face hugger. It looked like a face hugger.
Xenomorph.
Yes,
yeah.
a xenomorph.
Xenomorph,
face,
yeah.
yeah, xenomorph
What do you
face
call
hugger.
it? A xenomorph.
Xenomorph.
Is
yeah.
she like warrior princess?
No.
Because it's a xenomorph.
I have
It's
a
a
very
xenomorph.
I have a very
Xeno.
weird image in my head. We should probably move on.
Yeah, I think we should. But anyway, it was green. I rang my wife. My wife said, "You ate
Stop it,
Lucky
Kevin.
Charms." My wife said, "You ate the green Lucky Charms." That's probably what it was. And I was like, yeah.
Mhm.
So
Odie ate them.
they weren't after. They were not
Yes.
after my Lucky Charms.
Well,
No, they weren't.
if a Martian comes down, Odie probably would he would know how to,
I'd hug them.
you dry that meat and
Yeah.
turn it into jerky.
Yes, I would.
And some sort of stew.
He
Don't-
turned
no,
the
I
alien
don't-
into
no,
stew,
no.
or he'd offer him stew.
I have said this once, and I will say it a million times. You do not boil your meat
Okay. All right.
No,
Okay, all
no,
right,
no.
All right. Well, okay. Okay.
Good man.
because
Well,
you fry meat or you grill meat or
Well,
you bake meat, but you do not boil meat.
I am a great admirer of stew, and you're not going to change my mind on that. Stew is awesome.
Yeah, but do you brown your meat before you put it into the stew? Or as we'd say, stew.
all right, I gotta admit, I've never made stew before, but other people in the family have made it, and I never watched the preparation, so I don't know for sure.
Well,
I-
then out there on the text line and on the stream, are you a meat boiler or a meat browner?
Yeah, that's a great question. We should put up a poll, but I don't remember how to do that. All right,
So all
so
you meat browners out there,
yeah, because I'm sure come Monday, LexCorp will go, oh no.
What did they do?
Yeah, but he's also the
Those
boss.
Pulse
He's also
boys
the
are
boss
done-
of the Rise
done it
guy. So
again.
I mean, it wouldn't be the weirdest thing
You
you've
know.
seen.
we're eastbound and down.
My wife says yes, you cook your meat because
Yeah, but boiling
how
is-
can you have any pudding?
if you, how can you eat your pudding if you don't eat your meat?
All right, can we please get to the bracket? By the way, before we get to the bracket,
Can we go on another break and then go into the bracket? So you kind of need to take one.
Well,
Get us back on
no,
track.
I'm going to describe the bracket first.
Okay.
And then we will go because there's something that I did before I went on vacation, which might be why I'm in trouble. which
Okay.
might be why I've gotten a bunch of
What?
emails about things. Well, I was in the office saying my goodbyes for the week.
Goodbye
to LexCorp,
goodbye.
and I was
Your friends
Charlie
go.
James was actually sitting in there too,
Oh, yeah?
and we were having some discussions. We were just laughing it up and everything, and I was talking about the bracket, and I looked at LexCorp and said, "You look like a boo boo guy. You're a boo boo guy, right?"
Hey, boo boo.
And I don't know how he took it. He just looked at me like I was like, "Oh no, it's too late." I was like, "But I'm already in it, putting you down as a boo boo guy."
There's a boo boo.
Yeah, and then I walked away, and then I've got a bunch of emails about things that didn't get done while I was gone. So I mean, so it might have something to do with that. All right, we're going to do the bracket. We're going to get it down to our final four tonight, and then we'll crown a champion next week. So if you're wanting to play along, go ahead and have 71307 in your phone, which you already should anyway. And if there's a tie, you're going to help move that one on to the final four. We're going to take a break now, because Odie really wants to take one, trying to avoid noobing and all that kind of stuff.
Producing.
Yeah, well,
My job, like,
do whatever
What
it
am I
is,
supposed to do?
whatever. And when we come back, we are going to get it down to four. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. All right. I don't see anyone who doesn't cook their meat. So
Yeah, everybody cooks their
yeah.
meat. Same in the text line, they boil their meat. And actually, no.
You're good.
Unless
Unless you want to noob yourself.
don't.
I mean, I'm
Don't.
saying you're good.
Someone on the text line said that they boil their chicken before grilling.
Yeah, but that's different.
Corned beef is
You
boiled.
can boil chicken, because when you're boiling chicken, you know what you're doing? You're making broth that you can make soup
Yeah,
out
you can-
of. Yeah,
you can
chicken
use
is
it again.
different. But you're talking straight up beef, right?
Red meat is something you should definitely like fry,
Yeah.
grill, or do all that stuff. You
Now
cannot
I've
boil
seen
that.
when I worked at my uncle in the grocery store, the meat manager would
Meat manager.
he would boil meat to make stuff out of.
Yeah.
And I forget, some ground stuff, things like that.
Name's Chuck, meat manager. Sorry, keep going.
His name was Tommy, but still.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But like as Dave is saying, boiled hot dogs
Yeah,
are
which
fantastic.
is
and boiled
still-
hot dogs are
yeah,
nice,
yeah, but- And
it's
they're-
already cooked.
I believe they are pre-cooked. Yeah, because trust me, we had this discussion because Rob Brown about died when he found out that people eat hot dogs out of the pack.
Yeah, yeah.
because they are pre-cooked.
I've eaten hot dogs. out
Yeah,
of
and he could not believe it, and we did what we always do. We take it to the audience, and the audience agreed. Everyone, he's the only one that won't do it,
Yeah.
and he's just like,
Uh,
"What is wrong with you people?"
My
I believe,
gosh.
given his predisposition, given his class and upbringing.
I got sausages today.
Um,
Proper Irish sausages.
like
You
anyone
really
knows what
happy
that
about
is.
the sausage?
Huh?
Keep going.
Say that again.
All right.
Nothing.
What is a proper Irish sausage?
Pork sausage, just pork.
Okay,
And
all
not a lot of spice, not a lot of everything. Just
So
pork.
it's bland.
no, they're lovely.
Well, if it's just the pork, then you got the pork in the casing.
You might
then
put
it-
some like salt and pepper into it as well, and there's,
Okay.
yeah, no, they're nice.
That still sounds relatively bland.
It's yeah, I know. It like when I say it to people, like a proper Irish, what's the difference? It's just a sausage.
I think you gotta poke it, Trey. That's what you gotta do to get the inside cooked, depending on how you're cooking it. You gotta poke that stuff.
What's
With
the
a
best
machete.
way? Have
He
you ever
means
done
fry. He means fry.
yes, but have you ever done beer can chicken?
No, because I don't drink beer or any alcohol.
But you've had alcohol in food before, but the alcohol is burnt off.
I know it's burnt off, but
Yeah.
in order to make it that way, you probably actually have to have a beer can.
Yeah.
And since I don't drink, I could not do such a
what-
thing.
You buy a can of beer.
I would not do that.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Would you if you came over to the house?
Why do you always want to do this?
No, I'm curious.
Yeah, I mean, you're not the only one who does this.
There's a
stuff.
massive checklist. in
If
his
you
brain that
want
he's
to drink,
checking off.
that's
No,
up to
no, I'm
you.
not on about drinking. But when I cook certain bolognese sauces, I'll put red wine into the
Bologna?
sauce. Bolognese.
Bologna.
Bologna.
No.
Is that like bologna mayonnaise?
Do they have do they serve that at Bolly World?
It's sauce from Bologna in Italy. It's a province.
That's what bologna was named after.
Yeah, I
right?
know.
Bologna, Italy.
Yeah.
But bolognese sauce, it's a meat sauce. It's nothing to do with bologna. But I put red wine into it sometimes. And I don't drink red wine. But
Alcohol cooks out of food.
Yes, it does.
I know that. Yes.
okay. But would you be opposed to eating that sauce.
No, because alcohol cooks out.
Yeah, okay.
Unless right before you serve it, you go,
You got the
I'm
draw.
gonna show him. He's gonna drink. He ain't even gonna know it. I'm gonna ruin the thing that he's been, standing behind his entire life just to say I'm the one who did it.
Well, then to that I shall say Shinawil.
I asked you not to do that sort of thing on the air.
Shinawil.
Because I don't know.
Shinawil means that's that.
Yeah, but in what language?
Well, it's hardly Swahili. It could be.
It could be.
Why is that your thing today? Why do you keep mentioning Swahili?
That was me.
Was that you?
Yeah.
Who else mentioned Swahili? Yes, it is. Lisa said it's an Italian dish. Lisa said it was an Italian dish. I said, yes, it is. Yeah. Lisa knows.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD. Lonzo here along with Odie and Cameron.
Buongiorno.
Matthew not here tonight because he is,
Grazie.
I believe, doing a tournament in Charlotte. I can't remember. He's doing a tournament, but I can't remember where. We are going to get to our bracket because Odie's trying to do this thing that I've always been accused of, which is teasing and never getting to anything. And I would never do that on purpose. But Odie is trying to make that thing happen, and he's not going to. We are going to crown. All right, we're not going to crown.
We're not going to crown anybody.
We're going to get to, well, we could. The way things are going. Somebody
me?
might get, I got a hammer right over there. Someone,
that's a different kind of crowning.
Yeah, well, that's the kind of crowning I'm thinking of.
That just puts a different twist on the dump button.
Yes, it does. All right, so we are going to get to our final four, and then next week we will hopefully crown our champion next week, our sidekick bracket. We also will have people facing the wall next week, and next week we are going to do our WrestleMania picks because WrestleMania is the following week, along with South Carolina Comic-Con, all in the same week. It's going to be a busy weekend for some of us, maybe for all of us. I don't know. All right, so let us get to this. All right, so if there is a tie, text line is 71307. One of us will give you a countdown. The countdown is 3 numbers. It's 3, a 2, a 1, and a go. And that's 3 numbers in a word. But still, we will give you a countdown. Go.
Is the bird the word, or is it?
No, it's WORD.
Is Grease the word? Apparently, Grease is the word. The word is the word.
It's the first song I ever learned how to play on xylophone, and in seventh grade,
deep cuts.
In 7th grade, no, in 7th grade, we had to learn how to play something, and it just came out
as if we would know that.
And if you reverse Grease is the word, it's actually the first 3 notes from Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Yes,
I only done 3 because he's only prompted me with 3.
No, you did 4.
I done 3.
All right, maybe
I did a tree.
He did do tree.
A tree, like a Christmas tree?
The very first station I worked for was Midlands 103. And the amount of times I heard
an H in there.
Yes. Because the amount of times I got slapped, literally, physically slapped in the back of the head by the station manager for saying, "Hi, you're tuned to Midlands 103. But yeah.
We are not arborists.
So as I said before the break, I told LexCorp he seemed like a boo-boo guy.
Hi, boo-boo.
And boo-boo.
Oh, are we doing the brackets?
We are doing the brackets.
Is that
right
actually
now.
happening tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
Right now. So
we're not going to get segued again.
Our first matchup is a couple more minutes, so we would have had to go. Our first matchup is Boo Boo Bear. All right, Boo Boo. Boo Boo is, he is the ultimate sidekick because, as we've said many times, we got new listeners every week, so we've got to mention this again. Without Boo Boo, Yogi would have been dead in like the first few minutes because he went after a picnic basket. The ranger would have shot him. It would have been done. But Boo Boo, smart enough to intervene, smart enough to do the things. He's the guy who's with the dumb guy who helps the dumb guy out, or the guy who has a voracious hunger he can't control, and it supersedes his rational thought. Maybe that. I know it was deep. I know it was deep, but it's a
so
cartoon.
Does Yogi represent gluttony?
He could, or he could represent the urges that sometimes we have and have no control over, but we have that voice of reason with us who will go, "Hey man, you know what?
It's
maybe
the id
it's
versus.
maybe it's time for you to. You've had too many. Maybe it's let me give you a ride home. Maybe it's that guy.
It's a representation of the id, the super
Uh,
ego,
or
and the ego.
the designated driver. Yes,
Is there that guy?
yeah, there is that guy.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be me. I was a designated driver. I got to drive everyone's car though.
He was the mythical DT.
Yeah, so Boo Boo Bear is going up against Arthur from the Tick. Now Arthur, I believe, was an accountant who decided he wanted to be a superhero, made a moth suit, and which could fly. Because he could. All right, so he could glide. He could glide.
What it was?
But gliding is flying.
Falling with style.
Well, true. I mean, so anyway, it's like those flight suit things, except it's wings.
Yeah.
And so
Did he have that before the
it's the
wingsuit
same.
people?
It's the same. He actually had his suit before he met the Tick.
Oh.
Yeah. So I mean, it was faked, I guess. And Spoon is history. So we've got two ultimate sidekicks here going up against each other. Boo Boo Bear going up against Arthur from the Tick. Cameron, who do you got?
You know, I feel like given the circumstances of what was arrayed against them, I feel like Arthur had a lot more to deal with. Arthur had to deal with supervillains and all sorts of catastrophes and kaijus. And I feel like it's a lot harder to wrangle the Tick than it is to wrangle Yogi Bear. The only thing Boo Boo had to deal with was the Ranger. So my vote goes for Arthur.
All right, Odie, who you got?
Because I'm a kind of a wilderness, outdoorsy kind of guy, I'm definitely going to have to go with Boo Boo.
All right, so our special guest picker also went with Boo Boo.
Who is our special guest picker?
I'm not going to say.
Oh, you just like
It's
that,
not
aren't you?
me. I will tell you,
Brock.
I would never do that. It's not me. I'm not picking twice.
What's wrong with Och?
All right.
You just started doing it today for some reason. It's like
I've
dad's
been doing it.
dadgum.
I've been doing it a lot.
That's like the Irish dadgum for some reason.
Och, come.
Now I'm just hearing Akin the Casbah.
Rock the Casbah.
All right.
Hey, Boo Boo.
Who's he? He's a Boo Boo guy, and Boo Boo is. You did do it. You did something. You knocked your camera out. Did you hit your keyboard or something?
No. Oh, no,
Down.
we're
No, I'm
back.
still
We're
up.
back. We're back from outer space.
All right.
I just walked in with that strange look upon my face.
So Boo Boo goes through. Let's go ahead and
Hey,
get
Boo Boo.
another pick, and then we'll finish up the hour with this. All right. The next matchup is Krillin from Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball GT. Was he in GT?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially at the end.
He got murdered by 17.
Oh yeah, that's right. So Krillin's your guy, and I mentioned before that when Krillin got killed by Frieza, I cried a little bit, and I'm a big time adult, supposedly in age anyway, and it really bothered me because that was Goku's best friend, without a doubt, his sidekick. And as to quote Krillin, you would have made it a season without me, and he's right, he would not. But Krillin is going against Batgirl. All right. You know, Batman had many sidekicks, but only one girl sidekick at the time. He's had more because there's been a couple Robins that were girls, but only one Batgirl. There's Batwoman, but that's not really it's Batgirl. So Krillin versus Batgirl. I'm going to go ahead and go first and go with Krillin. Odie, who do you have?
I'm still researching it, so you can move on to. I'll tell you in a second.
Okay, fine. Cameron, who you got?
I'm also going with Krillin.
Okay, and our special guest picker went with Krillin, so it doesn't matter.
Doesn't even matter.
But so what are you trying to figure out who Krillin is?
No, I know who Krillin is.
I think
He's
he's
a
looking
baldy
at
guy.
He's a bald
Batgirl.
guy with no nose.
I tell you, I've got a picture of Krillin and I got a picture of Batgirl in front of me,
Yeah,
and I'm
well,
just kind of looking at him like,
Yeah, so Krillin goes through.
I'll go with Krillin.
Well, it wouldn't matter because we already know. We have 3 votes
It's
for
just
that.
like your
All right.
opinion, man.
Well, yeah, you know what else is my opinion?
Go on.
That we need to go to break.
Yes, we do.
When we come back, we're going to finish up and get to our final 4. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. John said, we had corned beef boiled taters and corn on cob. Delicious.
I cannot stand corned beef.
I'm not a big fan of corned beef either.
No,
I
sorry.
mean-
I'll rephrase that. I don't like the corned beef that we get over here that we do here. It's the
Oh,
cut
here
of
we
it.
go.
No, it's the cut of it. But there's a corned beef. It's like, you know, the corned beef you get in a can?
Mhm.
Oh, I love that stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
What about peaches that come in a can? And they were put there by a man.
In a factory downtown, I'd eat millions of them.
Well, millions pizzas. Pizzas for free.
What if they're for free, though?
Peaches, 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 peaches.
Way to take it that route.
Peaches come from a can. They were put there.
All right, censor.
So if we get to it, we are going to talk about the movie Roadhouse that just came out. We're going to talk about Ghostbusters.
Roadhouse.
Because Cameron and I went to see Ghostbusters. We're going to talk about Dragon's Dogma 2, a video game just came out that I've spent 2 days playing. Literally almost at least one full day. Good job.
You all right?
Good job. He didn't fall, so he's all right.
Do you require any
Yeah,
medical
I mean,
attention?
Nah. That went a bit heels overhead.
Luckily, it's one of the older chairs. The other chairs probably would have rolled out.
You just
and
about Apple
you
turned.
might have impaled yourself.
It's the only one.
No, I know, but they're thicker and better able to catch someone as they fall.
They're tick.
They're what?
Tick.
Tick?
How would you say thick toast?
Tick toast. Dance, monkey, dance. Dance, monkey, dance.
What's that?
Well, we're all monkeys together here.
Yes.
Apes together strong.
Barrel of.
Well, everyone, pull out your
Barrel
cymbals.
Barrel of. I can't lift my arms up that high.
Would you like some assistance?
There we go. That looks like something totally different. You guys are weird.
I'm so sore.
Why are you
from
even
that.
here? You guys are weird.
You know you love us.
I do.
You at least love Odie.
Well, yeah. All right. I love both of you in very different ways.
Do you know sometimes I forget I have tattoos.
That's-
Why is that? What is it? So you look at your arm and go, what is that? Okay. All right.
What is on my arm?
Sometimes when I get out of the shower, or if I'm drying myself off, I'm like, oh yeah.
It won't come off. Why will it not come off?
Like sometimes I have the
Man,
stupidest
you're in trouble
moments.
when you hit your 60s.
I
You're really gonna.
know. Oh man. Sometimes
Mark, I still haven't watched it again yet. I'm just so in the middle of so many different things.
Oh.
From what I've heard, it's fantastic.
Yeah, but again, I saw the original and I don't think it's going to be as good as the original. So
I scare me all the
you
time.
should be in the same room with them.
Yeah.
As my wife says to me, I am the stupidest smart person she knows. Sometimes. She says all them letters after your name and you're just stupid.
Hey, you know what? It's better than being dry and being I am very intellectual. Who wants that guy?
And you're the biggest stupid too.
I feel like the anti-Odie is just very posh. Like he has a monocle and a top hat.
He's the guy that presents the TV show. Hello, you're very welcome. I'm Auntie Odie. I'm also Uncle Odie.
That's just weird,
Well, I am
man.
actually
But it
Uncle Odie.
strangely fits
Yeah.
in the South
Yeah.
for some reason.
Is
though.
it?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
I'm Uncle
yeah.
Odie.
I thought I'd done something.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo and Odie and Cameron here. John says, Odie, you're a hoot. Yes.
Actually,
A one,
actually,
a two, a three.
but actually, this morning at
Actually.
30 minutes past 6, I was outside talking to owls.
Okay.
I'd forgotten all about
Did
it.
they answer back?
'Cause-
Yeah.
yes, they did.
Did they say who?
They said when.
Oh,
That's
I wanna
worse.
say what?
Oh, that would be the worst thing. You just see with their little beady eyes go, when?
Okay,
Man.
especially if they're looking at each other and not looking at you. It's like
Oh.
They're all conspiring and then they all look at you and just go, when?
I spent a little
Soon.
time on the
Conspiring owls.
in the hammock, which I do every spring vacation, and there was a hawk circling at one point, and I was like, yeah, it's time to go in.
I'd be okay with a hawk.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a big hawk. I mean, I saw the shadow coming before I looked up and saw the hawk. It was like, yeah, no.
Here's the thing: just because you can deal with something doesn't mean you want to.
Yeah, it's just so many weird things happen to me. I can just picture the hawk landing in a tree above me and a branch come down and impale me and I die.
What was that big bird thing in Avatar called? Turok Mach 2?
Never saw Avatar.
I don't remember.
Turok Mach 2. He sounded Irish anyway.
Nikto?
No, I don't know. Anybody out there know what the?
It's a big,
it was death from above or shadow from above.
Big blue bird. Yes.
All I can think of is Zoe Saldana, so I'm kind of distant.
Well, I will just say, and if we get to it in the next hour, I had a similar incident today when I'm just strolling along through the countryside, and next thing you know, I see a big shadow, and it's a chimera.
Oh.
That just came down and
did you get pounced
and
upon?
my pawns decided they wanted to fight it. I'm like, no, that thing has 5 health bars. Let's go.
Yeah.
And they didn't listen.
Oh, you were
and they all died. Yes. The chimera, very, very large. Unfortunately, we were already fighting a rock monster at the time.
Rock monster? Oh no, that's rock lobster.
Yeah, yes. And I was looking for a rudimentary lathe, but I could not find a rudimentary lathe. And so I was struggling with the rock monster.
That would be so horrible to do that to a rock monster.
Oh, it looked like that rock. It looked like that. Thing.
So it's like slowly screaming as you're like whittling it down.
Whittling?
Yes. Well, you'd be lathing.
I mean, yeah, but still, it's a giant rock monster.
No, you'd be turning.
Would you be turning?
Yeah, when you're using a lathe, you're turning.
Are you?
Yes, turning on the lathe.
Yes, turning on a lathe.
For every season.
There's
turn.
To
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get
on the text line. On the text line before we go, loads of people wanted Boo Boo. Loads of people wanted Krill. Loads of people wanted Batgirl. Somebody asked, was it a buzzard that was flying over your head? Probably was.
No, it was a hawk.
Because buzzards are different.
Yeah, I know the difference between a hawk and a buzzard. Trust me. Lot of roadkill out where we live, and I've seen the buzzards, and I've also seen cranes. Man, great cranes freak me out. One was in my driveway the other day. Thing was huge.
When did a crane do that?
We've seen cranes before. It was in the driveway,
like in the city, and they're lifting up buildings.
Yes, but this case was flying, and it was a gray crane.
And then someone said it's a B-52.
I was like a couple feet away from some buzzards that were like feeding on a deer carcass. Mm-hmm. They side-eyed me so hard.
Yeah, that's what they do. Because dude, look at you. I mean, come on. Any one of us would be a good meal for like, forget this deer. Once you lay down the road over here.
I got that Irish boy. He got some meat.
Well, and the other thing is just like, can I fight a buzzard? How do I fight a buzzard?
So it's like Arnold did.
Everybody knows you just punch him in the giblets.
Or you bite their head off like Arnold Schwarzenegger did. That's what.
Because that's definitely what you want to do to a buzzard that eats carcasses.
Well, you do whatever it takes so you don't get it.
You won't get it. 71307. How do you attack a buzzard that is protected species? So don't attack it. But if
it's attacking you, you got to defend yourself, right?
Yeah, and we don't have Bill Frady with us. So
well, speaking of which, if we get to it in our signs of the impending apocalypse, I'm going to discuss Bill Frady a little bit, and I'm sure he will be flattered. That's it. That's the word, flattered.
Someone on the text line says a gray crane, Lonzo. Of course, you mean a blue heron.
I know. I think it was a gray crane. I think I looked it up, and I believe they're gray crane. Someone else can look it up. But
we're not talking about Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, it's certain species of crane that exist in South Carolina. All right, we got 2 more. Let's try to get these done before the end of the hour. All right, the next matchup in the bracket is Robin, Dick Grayson, the original sidekick for DC Comics. An amazing guy who was a kid whose parents died and was taken in by a millionaire who later became a billionaire because, good investment. No, good investment. Oh, yeah. And there's a lot of overseas stuff that he was into and was able to make his money go further. And, Lucius Fox running the company and, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, for sure. So Robin taken in and learned all these different traits to survive the street, which was an amazing thing. And also was dressed in yellow and orange and things like that and put out there in front of people, bad guys, so that Batman could swoop in and save the day. But Robin became his own guy. And when you think of sidekicks, you think of Robin. Robin is going up against a fairy and a little bitty fairy with little bitty fairy wings. And if you don't clap your hands, she dies. I mean, that's That's what happens. She dies if you don't clap your hands. If you don't clap your hands for
Clap your
Robin,
hands.
Nothing happens other than he just didn't have a big enough audience.
If you don't clap your hands, yes, and he falls off the trampoline.
No, that's not what happens. And he's on the trapeze, not the trampoline.
Same thing.
His parents died, Odie. His parents died.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Yeah. Tony Zuko like sabotaged their act and he died. So a gangster.
Yeah.
Which you know something about.
Yeah.
Sabotage the high wire act, and he watched his parents die. And going up against a little fairy who wears green. So Robin versus Tinkerbell. Cameron, who do you got?
In these brackets, we have Cinderella stories. We have people. We have entities that will rise above and defeat the.
All right, we're not going to get to both picks here, but go ahead.
They're underdogs like Tinkerbell, who will rise up to defeat a number 1 seed, like Dick Grayson. As formidable as he is,
you're gonna pull a Tim. Are you gonna pull a Tim?
What? Go for the swerve and actually pick Robin?
No. That's not
well,
what Tim
you're going to have to do something really fast
because
we're really running out of time.
Okay. Tinkerbell, cut the music.
He goes with Tinkerbell. And
you went with Tinkerbell. So you went the Tim method because there's no way that you don't believe in Dick Grayson. So this all comes down to you going against me, going against your father, just trying to make me, because you know that Dick Grayson, that Robin is my favorite character of all time. And so you're going against your dad just to make your dad feel bad. And you're going with the fairy over the best sidekick in the entire world in the history of mankind. You're going with the fairy.
With the context of which we're speaking about.
Really running out of time here now.
With the context of, you will sit there.
Actually, he won't.
He'll put on.
All right, you went Tinkerbell. That's enough of you. Go ahead, do your Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell.
All right, we have a tie.
Oh,
yes, we have a tie. Text line 71307. Whenever a countdown is given, the first person to text in, that's who's going through.
Do not let me down. I love every one of you. Do not let me down. Tinkerbell for the win.
Okay, so I've been here for 24 years. Why would they want to pander to you? I think we have a very big comic book audience.
I will bring my shillelagh to work.
Okay, I don't know if you're allowed to do that in the building.
I think you are. I don't know.
It's considered a weapon.
Well, not in my hands.
that's on you though.
You want to give that countdown anytime now?
All right, I got to tell you, we're not giving the countdown until after the break. So, because we need to let this thing breathe. We need to let this thing breathe. If you've already voted, you can't vote again.
Yes, you can. You can vote as many times as you want.
Oh no, you can't. Oh, you can't. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98. Stop it. On News Talk 98. You don't do that.
Sorry.
While I'm trying to do the identifier things.
Do the identity.
LexCorp's going to get on me to get on you. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
They're all coming in already.
Nothing personal, Father.
You asked before if I was serious about it. I'm dead serious.
I know you are. Yeah.
Only because she's going up against who she's going up against.
That's just your opinion, man.
Well, it's up to the people.
I have like boxes full of Nightwing stuff, a ton of Robin things. I've got 10 Robin Funko Pops, a bunch of statues, some of which Cameron bought for me. Yeah. So,
Was that an attempt at guilting me?
Sorry, what did you say there, man? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, well, it's just a matter of, guests no longer being invited. That's what it's about.
Of all the things to get disowned about, this was not on the list that I thought of.
Also, people not getting scheduled for a show. There's that too. So,
Lisa, control. Just put manners on him, Lisa.
He, by the way, Duna Bros, my bad, is not a subpar sidekick.
He's not in the least.
He is the ultimate sidekick.
Who?
Robin.
Yeah, right. In a different genre.
It is nearly as bad as the They Live incident. But I did pick They Live over Matrix, I think, or did I? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I picked Matrix. It came down to a tie. So
Who was there? It was you, Zach, Chris, and Patrick. Because
Yes.
Patrick picked They Live, having never seen They Live.
yes, and yes, it was a tie, I believe.
Yes.
Because Chris picked Matrix, I picked Matrix. Of course, Zach picked They Live because Roddy Piper
Yeah.
was in it.
And then Patrick picked They Live, and then Mark Avery put in his vote.
But Mark thinks it could have been you. I don't know.
We'll just go with it. He claimed
Yeah, I mean,
responsibility.
You're the only one claiming it, so you
Why
get
is it so long? Why does it do
Claim.
that?
Do what?
That between the news and the commercial, there's like that long.
Because it has to do with.
Yeah, I know it has.
tones.
I know, but
It
it's
has
just
to do with tones.
it's one of those things, and it's just when it
Yeah, because
happens.
it's not
I'm
tight.
like,
I get it. I get it.
you know, things pucker.
They do.
What?
All around me are familiar faces.
All right. So from the beginning, when I put this thing together, who do you think I thought would win this whole thing?
Think about
Oh, of course you thought Robin was
No.
gonna win.
Because I knew you guys would find a way to take him out because he's my favorite. And
I didn't take him out.
yeah, that's how it was.
You
I
just-
expected Tim to be here the entire time, and Tim would have got him out first round if he could have.
Oh, okay.
Because that's the kind of
You're
kind of game
assuming
that Tim
there's some
plays.
sort of hate or vitriol involved with any of this.
Um,
Going for the storyline, Dad.
Do you know what I'm going
so
to do?
what you're saying is you're not picking actually who you think
I do
is,
actually. I am actually picking one.
she's by
Do you
the
know-
way
do you know what I'm
She's the
thinking
better
I should
sidekick
do?
because her
no
impact
Tinkerbell,
matters.
as I said last week, is a kidnapper of children, whereas
Serial
Batman
abductor.
helped. No, that's what she is. She absolutely is.
She's
She's a
not.
disruptor of families, without a doubt.
Not
She
so.
kidnapped those kids, took
No,
them
she's
away
a
from their
psychic.
And
their families.
Batman weaponizes orphans.
Yeah,
Yes, he does.
yeah. He gives orphans
gives
a way to fight
orphans-
back.
He gives.
What does she do?
orphans
She
deadly
takes
weapons.
She
And
takes
she makes them
babies away
fly.
from their families just because they had a bad day, which all families have bad days. And I'll just take the kid away. And so those families never recover from it. And you guys actually picked that little fairy who disrupts families. And it's just
So
A little
this
homewrecker.
is my point. First of all, number A, Tinkerbell is green.
no, she's
num-
not.
Yeah, she is.
She wears green.
She's green
not
on the
gr-
inside.
No,
She's
no,
green
she's
on
not.
the inside.
She's not green. She wears
Second
green.
of all, number W, she is a fairy. What do I love from Ireland? Everything. Well, I love America more, but fairies come from Ireland and she's a fairy. So therefore, I rest my case, Your Honor. Go in peace.
He can't vote against the Fae.
By the way,
Yeah.
my problem's not with you.
Oh, I know.
My problem is not with you.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
This thing has become something that it wasn't supposed to be. It was not supposed to be, I'm going to take this guy out because you like this guy. It was not supposed to be that. It was supposed to
Why
be.
do you assume it's because of that?
It was never supposed to be that.
When you
Oh.
assume,
I'm not Tim.
you know what happens.
Yeah, my seventh grade geometry teacher told us that, and he spelled it on the
Yes.
board. But he was also an ex-Green Beret, so no one was going to say anything
Nobody.
to him. And he's really dried up. It was weird. This is like a zombie.
I'm an
talking.
ex-Green Beret.
Like he was a.
Well, no, I didn't have a green one. I had a little red beret.
Did you have a red beret? Was
Yeah.
it raspberry?
It was.
Okay, all right.
It's the kind of you find in a second-hand store.
Yeah, that guy.
And, well, you know, normally if it was warm, I wouldn't wear much more.
Just let's not talk about what's in your pocket.
Raspberry beret.
Hi guys, I'm
He's
young
trying
and I
to get to
don't
the
get the
line to
reference.
figure out what's in her pocket.
I can't get it. My brain isn't there. I'm going to go look up the lyrics, which will mean that I can't read the text messages.
Here's the thing, Dad. In the end, the Tink train is going all the way. The Tink train.
Here's how you know I'm really upset.
He's not talking.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse, Lonzo, along with Odie and Cameron. in for another hour. Matthew's not here because he's away doing a Smash Brothers tournament. Should be back next week. I will let you know next week's show. Hopefully we can get Rob Young in next week. He was unable to be on this week. And we are 2 weeks away from South Carolina Comic-Con. If you haven't got your tickets yet, make sure you do that. You can get those at sccomiccon.com/tickets and get a 1 day pass, get a 2 day pass. 2 day passes, of course, is your best bargain because you can get in both days. You can go spend your money on the first day, come back, and anything you missed on the second day. And also on the second day, they will have the cosplay contest, which is amazing. Last year's cosplay contest, we got to see a Starscream that he was able to it looked like Starscream. He had to have handlers though because his wings were really, really big.
There's also a Bumblebee too.
Yeah,
that,
the Bumblebee that fully transformed. Yeah, it was really good. My favorite was Frankie from One Piece because my dude went all out and Speedo and the whole thing. And
put it all out there.
I admired it. Because I would never have the guts to do that. That guy did that. So if you want a chance, if you've never been, come out and hang out with us and thousands of other people who will show up and come from miles away and states away to South Carolina Comic-Con. Jim Lee's going to be there. Famous artist, one of the most famous artists out there. Captain Kirk's going to be there.
Captain Kirk is going to.
Gimli's going to be there. A bunch of voice actors are going to be there. We're going to really get into detail next week, but make sure you check it out. And I believe you can get tickets also at Borderlands Comics and Games, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive. This hour, we are going to do a Signs of the Impending Apocalypse. We're going to do that in just a few minutes. So Odie can go ahead and have that intro ready. And we are also going to get some video games.
What's he going to have ready?
Signs of the Impending Apocalypse. I don't know why you had to sound like that. What's he going to have ready? Hey.
I done got the signs of the impending apocalypse.
All right.
What?
Yes, exactly. We're going to finish our bracket. We're going to talk some video games. Ton of trailers dropped, and we're going to get to that in the Nerd Roundtable. All those things I'm saying we're going to get to, we're really going to try. All right, before we went to break.
Hold on. Before we do anything else, on the text line, who is Shane Gillis?
Why?
Someone says Odie looks like Shane Gillis's brother, and I'm like, who's Shane Gillis?
Well, it sounds
familiar.
Sounds Irish. So why do you not know? Because you're supposed to know everything. All right, so here we go.
You could have been born after I left.
Here we go. We got to do our countdown. So before we went to break, we have Robin, the Dick Grayson Robin, going up against Tinkerbell. The winner goes through to our final four. We have two turncoats in the studio. We went with Tinkerbell. One of them because he thinks she's green, and the other who has no idea what a sidekick is. So there we go. And then
your opposition is saying I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, there's that. Yeah, there is that. She's not really a sidekick. I don't know why I put her. So I am. Listen, I am seriously considering pulling a Mark Ryan here. And if you don't know what a Mark Ryan is,
how low are you willing to sink for this?
So it's pretty low. All right, so on our brother station, the Fan Upstate, when I worked with Mark Ryan, who's no longer with us, he went to Michigan. Good luck in Michigan. I have two reasons to dislike Michigan now. We were doing a bracket, and he was doing the best athletes in South Carolina. Well, he told me to come up with a couple, and one of them that I put in there was Paul White. Now, anyone who's a wrestling fan knows who Paul White is. He is the Big Show, who was born and raised in Aiken, South Carolina. Mm-hmm. So put him in there, and he started winning. And he started winning. And finally, you know what happened?
What happened?
The bracket went away. It just disappeared.
So, Dad, what you're saying is you're upset because I've taken your spot in this scenario.
No. My claim was legitimate. Yours is not. So because Paul White,
how that usually goes.
Paul White was definitely born and raised in Aiken, South Carolina. So anyway,
I found out who Shane Gillis is.
So he just made the bracket disappear. Never talked about it anymore or anything. It's just gone. It's just because he knew my guy was going to win the whole thing. And he doesn't consider wrestling a sport, even though it's sports entertainment. It's got sport in the name. And so because of that, he's got rid of the whole thing. So I could, in my benevolence, in my whatever big word you want to use, I could just rip this thing up right now. I could rip this thing, my omnipresence. I can rip this thing up right now.
Lonzo,
are you having your villain moment right now? I feel like you are.
He is a little bit, but I
am the heel on the Fan. Over here, I wasn't. but I'm starting to take a turn.
I just want to say one thing
The
before
king
you do
has turned
anything.
mad.
Just before you say anything else. 3, 2, 1. Text now.
No.
Yeah, it's
No,
said.
no.
Yes,
By the
it's
way,
said.
it doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
No,
Why?
Odie,
Why?
it doesn't count because I didn't give it. This is not a power play.
Oh,
This is
no.
not a power play.
Hold up.
I wasn't ready to give it yet. So what you did
Yes.
is you made them waste their vote.
No.
You made them waste their vote because it
No.
doesn't count until I give the countdown.
Okay, give the countdown.
I will give the countdown when I'm ready to give it, and
Hold
I'm
on,
not ready to
hold on a
give it yet.
second.
I may take the entire hour and not give the countdown because I can do that.
Odie,
I'm gonna take-
the more you
no,
fight
I'm
against
gonna
this,
take
the
the
more
executive-
longer it's going to take.
I'm going to take
I
the
will,
executive
dude.
decision. I was told
You're not the
by,
executive. I
by
am the
the
executive.
dude with the dude, and he said, "You're the producer for this show. You gotta keep that show moving along, Odie. You gotta push on through. You gotta break on through to the other side, and you gotta, you have to take. Actually, even if you didn't, the text lines, you're going down, boy.
No, I'm not. You know what we're going to do? We're going to take a break.
Down. No,
You
we're not.
are listening to the
It's only
Upstate
12
Pulse
minutes.
right here on News Talk
It's 12
98.9.
minutes.
Odie,
It's
play the
12
music.
minutes
Odie,
and
play the music.
32 seconds.
Odie,
Yeah.
play the music. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
I'm not talking to you.
This contention is brought to you by Borderlands Comics and Games. I'm kidding.
No, don't.
I know I'm kidding.
No.
You can just sit in your tower
Camera.
over there
I'm sorry, I won't do that.
with your long hair. That's not real. I know it's not real.
You're right. It's a wig.
No,
It is a wig.
it's not even.
Sometimes it's a little off. Today it's a little off. I wore the non-fluffy one. You see that little space in there? That's where the glue is coming loose. Right in there. See it? See it right there? That's where
Yeah.
the glue is coming loose.
It's the rage.
It's
It's
see
making
how it's a little bit darker in there because the glue is not skin color.
You're sitting over there with your big, I'm not the producer, but I'll produce you head on you.
Did he actually go to Dorman, Trey? Didn't know that.
Who's gone to Dortmund?
You wouldn't know who it is.
Oh, okay.
the wind's really kicking today.
Oh, I never put that on there.
If I were turning into Mirak, at least I would be the original Dragonborn.
Well, you're the oldest one here.
No, because I really want to get to signs.
Okay.
I really do. Because it's disturbing. Is he really Terry Taylor? You mean the Red Rooster?
Yeah.
Dumbest gimmick of all
we're
time.
Gonna stop the rooster.
Is that the rooster they were talking about?
Ain't
Maybe.
found a way to kill me, yeah.
Give me
Watch it, we'll
5
get
minutes.
flagged in Belarus.
Belarus, yeah.
Where's Belarus anyway? I kind of
Well, we backed Belarus off. We went at Belarus, and Belarus is like, nah. But Russia, they stood strong.
In my country, we do not like the singing of the song, Borata. It's nice.
That's actually that's pretty apt right now, Dinner Bros. Very apt.
Don't look at me when you say that.
I don't know. I don't get
All I'll say is butt kicking for goodness. Go for the eyes, Odie. Go for the eyes.
it. I can't read that one. I have my glasses off. What are you looking at?
I'm not. I'm looking at the people.
I'm looking through you.
Only a lyric that I don't recognize.
The Beatles.
Looking through from what songs?
Looking through you. No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no,
Are you
no,
certain?
no, it is the Beatles.
You're absolutely certain.
I'm looking through
You sure it wasn't like Odie?
You're always there. Why tell me why the
All right, to move this thing along, Robin versus Tinkerbell. Here's your countdown. Cameron, give him the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Text line 71307, Tinkerbell or Robin. Who is going through to the final four? Text now 71307, Tinkerbell or Robin. And Odie will let us know who made it through and who's going.
and the winner isn't in yet.
Or just out of protest, don't text at all. 71307, if you were inclined to text, Tinkerbell or Robin.
The winner. Are you taking abbreviated names?
I don't care.
Tinkerbell. One Robin came in, but
All right, our next matchup is Bulma from Dragon Ball Z, she of the blue hair, who without which none of Dragon Ball would have happened. Goku, as a texter or someone on the stream said a couple of weeks ago, Goku would still be in the woods living where his grandpa died, not realizing that he killed his grandpa. But Bulma came along looking for the Dragon Balls, decided to team up, became the sidekick of just about everybody. Without her technology, and most of all, without Bulma's money, they wouldn't have been able to do everything that they were able to do because Bulma's rich and she funded everything, including their wonderful dinner parties. Going up against Pikachu, the yellow electric
Boogaloo.
pocket monster. Pikachu.
I thought you were just going to say
Can you
rat.
say that?
It was a pocket monster. Yeah.
Yeah, Pokemon
Yeah.
is pocket monsters.
Yeah, that's what he was. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes. Yes. I was not speaking out of turn.
Every day.
He was a pocket monster.
It's a school day.
Okay, it is. No, you're right.
Well, we often take
You're
you
right.
to school, Odie. So
Yeah, I don't know if we do. The matchup is Bulma
Debatable.
versus Pikachu.
Yeah.
I am going with Bulma. Odie, who you got?
Because I learned something new today, and of course Jesse's fine. Pikachu.
Yeah, she's not on
Don't
the
care.
thing. Yeah.
Don't
okay.
care.
All right. You guys just don't understand how this thing works.
No,
All right,
there's
Cameron.
a lot of things I don't understand, and this is just one of them.
Cameron. Bulma. And our guest picker also went Bulma. So Bulma goes through. So next week, we will have our final two, followed by a champion crowned in our number 2 next week.
What is
So our matchups are
there you go. He's-
Boo Boo Bear versus Krillin. And on the other side, Tinkerbell versus Bulma. That will be next week. We will find out who is going to be the Upstate Pulse sidekick of all time or whatever. All right.
Is that going to be a bigger one? Is Tinkerbell versus Bulma? Is that going to be a bigger one for you than Tinkerbell versus?
Oh
Robin?
no, this contest is over now.
Oh, it's over
for me.
It's dead for you.
For
now.
me, I will vote and I
Yeah.
will be the mediator.
Okay.
But yeah,
its bracket has been busted.
by the way,
Hmm.
if I were picking this bracket,
Yeah.
my pick would have been out in the first round or second round. And my pick is not who Cameron thinks it was, not who everyone thinks it was.
Oh,
My pick was Harley Quinn. And
Oh yeah.
and she got eliminated fairly early. She
She did.
was my pick. And because knowing how the audience, and I thought I knew how the room would vote, and I was wrong.
But does that mean now that in the upcomings that you will not be voting for Tinkerbell
No, I'm not voting for Tinkerbell.
ever,
No.
ever?
Out of the three,
Ever?
out of the
Ever?
three, she's the
Ever?
least. She's the least out of the four, for sure,
Okay.
without a doubt. I mean,
did you rhyme on purpose or?
I can't help what my flow does. All right, hit the intro. All right.
I just think that's brilliant. That's
it is.
It's the end of the brackets for you, and it's the end, man. It's game over, man.
I put together a good show. California man was arrested just the other day. This is a sign of the impending apocalypse because this might be where the zombie apocalypse starts. California man was arrested after allegedly taking a leg from the scene of a deadly train collision in Wasco on Friday.
Hold on a second.
There was let me finish. There was a train collision. A California man came up, saw a leg, picked it up. I'm not done yet. Okay. Let me finish. Officials reportedly said that 27-year-old Ricindo Tellez removed evidence from the site after a person was struck and killed by a train, which severed their leg around 8 a.m. at the city's Amtrak station. Disturbing video circulating on social media shows a man appearing to hold a severed body part and eat from it before wiping his face and making his way down a sidewalk. The man in the video later appears to raise the body part in the air as law enforcement arrives.
It's a leg.
Yes, it's a leg. The zombie apocalypse is going to start by something like this happening. That's exactly how it's going to happen.
As long as it starts in Cali, I think we're good.
Well, what happens in California happens everywhere eventually. So you can kill the music before we get flagged in Belarus.
No, because I'm off the.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Echoes. It still will pick up through microphones when someone's not talking.
Well,
if your headphones are loud enough.
Oh, might.
Yeah. So anyway,
so was that guy just like a Hannibal Lecter kind of guy, or
don't know? That's all the details. Is that dude saw the train wreck, saw the leg, picked it up, started eating it.
It's like walks by. That's a tasty leg.
Apparently. So as disturbing as that is, I think, and I'm making light of it a little bit. If the zombie apocalypse were to happen, and I think we've decided probably the AI, the robot apocalypse is more likely than zombie or aliens.
Well, what if we get both?
Well, I think
zombie AIs.
Well, yeah, it could be
Skynet versus zombies.
So my question is, and I was thinking about this the other day.
Okay.
Out of your work friends, if you could pick 3 to survive the zombie apocalypse with, who would they be? I'm gonna go ahead and give you my 3.
Okay, give me your.
Okay, my 3 are number 1, Bill Frady. Because he has an arsenal and he's really good at what he does.
Yeah.
And he's going to be picking off zombies from 500 yards away, so they're not going to get that close. I also believe he's good at foraging. Not as good as my second choice, which would be Odie, because he knows horses, which might be the only way we'll be able to traverse the land. He can also fish and hunt, as well as our new colleague on the fan, Upstate, and that would be Cole Bryson. Yes. So my 3 are Bill Frady, Odie, and Cole Bryson. I think if I had those 3 work friends, so we're not talking about friends or family, we're just talking about people where you work.
Okay.
Those would be my 3. Cameron, who are your 3 at your job?
Well, first and foremost, the easiest pick would be my buddy Noel, who's a former Marine. There you go. Yeah. And it's like, we're really good friends. I know he won't stab me in the back. He'll take care of everything in front of me. Second choice, I think, well, we have a 2-star general at the place, so I'll pick him too, because I'll assume that he's important enough for them to take care of. And if I'm nearby.
Well, also a 2-star general probably has leadership qualities. Okay. Yes. All right. And who's your 3rd?
That's a hard one. I'd have to pick one of the geologists. Any of them would work.
All right. Text line 71307. We'll get to Odie's in just a second. Or on the stream at YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or X. Duna Bros says, oh man, I'd be doomed. So I mean, it just depends on depends on if you work with the kind of people. All right, Odie, do you have your 3?
Bill Frady, definitely. Myself and Bill would have a grand old time on the roof.
You work at 2 places, so you can throw in some people.
I'm going to just go stay with the radio show.
All right.
Bill Frady, definitely. Myself and Bill would have a grand old time up on the roof picking off zombies. I'd use my 30-06, and
Up on the rooftop, bang, bang,
Bill
bang.
would probably use his
His
12 gauge
his
shotgun in
It's
what's
beige.
it? Is it beige or
It's
mauve?
beige. It's beige.
He'd probably use that.
Yeah, mauve. No, that's not his style.
I think I would have to choose you, Lonzo, because you've got the height, you've got that intimidating look about you. You know, you've got.
Here's the thing. I appreciate it. I think
Mm.
this is just you trying to soften me up because
No.
the Tinkerbell thing. Here's what I can say.
Go for it.
I've been watching a zombie film since she's coming. They're coming to get you, Barbara, which was Night of the Living Dead.
That's
I've
Night of the
been
Living
watching
Dead,
since then, so I have a pretty good idea of how to from them to World War Z.
Now hold on a second.
And
Are they fast zombies or are they slow?
We don't
zombies?
know. That's the thing. We don't know. I mean, they may be somewhere in the middle. And
Medium.
we have that word. We have talked
Power
about
walking zombies.
we have talked about the possibility, and we've had this discussion in the Nerd Cave many times about surviving in this building because this building is pretty.
Oh, this is the building to be.
Yeah, and we're in a location where there's a Lowe's behind us, so we can get materials to make weapons
Get wood.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And then we've got a couple restaurants, including a chicken salad place, which stores a bunch of chicken salad.
Yes.
And we also have ways to refrigerate.
Yeah,
so
and there's a Chinese restaurant.
I'm talking about they have tubs.
Yeah, but they know how to cook cat.
No. Here's the thing. No, they do not. The thing is, you want something in great supply because you're running out and trying to get back without getting zombied. So you would go over here to get a tub of chicken salad and bring it over here.
We've got all the gooses, all the Canadian gooses.
We could
that are
take the
around. We
geese out. Yeah,
gooses,
we could.
yeah.
Or but see,
Finally
but
take the
there
geese
again,
out.
I would think zombies would eat geese. So you
Nah,
leave.
no.
You don't
Have
think
you-
so?
Have you got on the bad side of a Canadian gooses?
That's what I'm saying. The geese would attack the zombies, and the
Yes.
zombies would kill the geese.
No,
But
no,
you use
they-
them as distraction.
Yeah. Okay.
So what you're saying is you have protective geese, like guard geese?
Yeah, guard geese.
Guard geese.
You do know that's a thing, right?
What? Guard geese are actually a thing?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Is that only in Canada?
No, you can have guard geese. That's what a lot of people have geese on their property for because they are wicked.
They are definitely wicked.
Anyway,
And,
choice number 3, I would definitely have to say Charlie of the James.
there you go.
Because
There
he
you go.
can bake, he can cook, he does some mighty fine baking. And
But see, most zombie apocalypses, we lose electricity and
but you
things
see,
like that.
myself and Bill know how to light fires.
Right,
so
right. So
Charlie could cook
when
it.
okay, all right. So
And if he happened to get locked outside with the zombies, he could swoon them with that caramel voice of his.
Here's the thing with every zombie group that you need the guys who can help you fight them off, be able to make weapons and to be able to help you actually do the fighting. But also you need the charismatic ones to be able to talk to the other groups to socialize.
Exactly. And Charlie could do that.
all right,
Yes.
a couple messages on stream. Travis Richardson says, "Sweet, nice to see DBZ and my suggestion Krillin in the Final Four. I also
you go.
got the Bulma pushed through in a tiebreaker of 1 round."
Mhm.
Viper Dave says, "You need a woman. How else do you help keep the humans going?" Oh, we're dead. I mean, the human race is done.
Well, you're
I
talking
mean-
about the horses. So, I mean, we would need my wife to be there with the horses.
Okay, that's fine.
But
But
she-
how would you get to her if, say, an EMP? Because I'd be in the same boat.
Mhm.
An EMP drops and electricity doesn't work anymore. Cars don't work. She could probably ride here.
Mhm.
Yeah,
She could.
My wife would be good for a while back if she's at home
Mhm.
because we live a far enough distance back away. And
But see, if
any
we,
zombies that might come back there would be probably related and be pretty slow because they're all pretty slow. I don't think they're going to pick up any pace when
see, the thing is,
when they become zombies. I'm just saying.
is that if an EMP hit, well, remember we are in a radio station, and there's 2 engineers sitting right here. I'm reckoning we could get signal out.
You just tell me what to do.
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
I
you
reckon
could
I
get-
reckon I could get signal
here's
out.
the
No, I
thing.
could help.
Yeah.
wish you could.
By the way,
Yeah.
we need to take a break, but you could.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, we're good. We're taking our second break, right? It's our second break.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yes, and we still have our third break, so
Possibly.
we're good.
I need to look at things.
Well, the thing is, if EMP drops, if you can get a signal out, who are you getting it to? Anyone out there with a transistor radio? I guess would those still work with EMP? I don't think so.
Well, in this case,
Batman.
For Odie, it
Okay,
would be
well.
getting a hold of his wife so she can bring horses.
And yeah, but how would she get it if an EMP dropped?
Yeah, but I have the windy radios.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Yeah,
if
the
it was-
transistors. Yeah, I have a few of them in there.
transistors. Yeah.
I just
Ham
assumed he
radios,
had
they
stuff that would be
says.
immune to it
Yeah,
because it's
probably.
Odie.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to hit the Nerd Roundtable. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
I was going to say, I'll pick whichever geologist isn't dead yet.
All right, so we're going to try to squeeze a bunch of stuff in this last half hour, including Cameron and I went to see Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Odie and I both have watched Roadhouse. Cameron and I have watched X-Men 97. I've watched both episodes. He's only watched one.
I
Did you
have
get
watched both.
You have, so you saw the ending of two?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Which was perplexing.
Yes. But no, apparently there is a history in the comics.
Well, I know what it is, but I
always thought he was her daughter, though. His daughter. That she and no, it was who is Nightcrawler's brother?
I got a lot of text when we come back.
Nightcrawler has a brother?
Sister.
Rogue,
right. And I thought that he was their father. That Magneto was their father.
No, I think that's different. So I think Magneto is only the father of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch.
Is Magneto the father of Quicksilver?
Yeah.
Because I know I heard something about that previously, but is he actually?
Yes, he actually is. I think Rogue actually had a romance with Magneto back in the day.
Rogue is green.
No.
She is.
No, she's Cajun. Not Cajun, she's Southern.
She wears a green bodysuit.
That's enough for Odie. There's green on there, so.
You know them hairs that to be up your nose, the ones that grow 4 foot in an hour? I've got tickly hairs in my nose.
I'm aware of those. Those nose.
So some are saying the mutant Azazel was.
Well, Azazel was cool. I liked Azazel.
I mean, he was wicked.
He was a devil, or he was a demon. Looked like a demon.
Did not like Azazel in Supernatural.
Yeah.
Started watching Supernatural this week. Does it take a while to get into it?
Yes.
Thinking that.
Especially because it's
episodes.
a lot older now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but the first 2 episodes just weren't.
They really start getting into lore, like they go up against Wendigos, they go up against shapeshifters are the worst ones. Skinwalkers. Is Skinwalkers?
Yeah, Skinwalkers are always the
are
worst.
so messed up. They have a clown episode that's messed up too, because some people are afraid of clowns.
Yeah.
They really get into all that stuff, and it gets better once someone's no longer on the show, once they're no longer pursuing someone.
Did you watch Grimm?
Yeah, I watched the first couple seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. I like that.
yeah, same.
I think Supernatural was out before Grimm though.
Grimm is the one where all the mythical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the same sort of thing, except they get into the lore of pagan gods show up in there, and later on,
I had a guy.
Angels show
You know,
up.
I have the Volknot. That's the Volknot tattoo there.
that looks like something the Illuminati would have on their
Yeah.
arm.
Well, it's the symbol that the.
Is that the thing that scared you earlier?
You forgot you were a member of that,
um?
or do they communicate through that tattoo on occasion?
Hello.
Are you coming
Somebody
back to
saw it.
Roundtable?
Somebody saw it last week, and they said to me, or not last week, the week before that, and they said to me, "Oh, that's a pagan symbol." I said, "No, it's a Volknot." And I said, "Yeah, pagan." I said, "No, it's a Norse symbol. Norse is long before the pagans." And they were like, "No, it's a pagan." I was like, "I think I know my own tattoos, buddy."
Aren't Norse gods like pagan gods? I don't know.
No.
Well, the question, I think, is it a matter of time period or is it a matter of? Well, I'll have to dive into that later.
All right, in the roundtable, we're going to jump all over the place. First of all, let's start with something that would have been an Ask Odie, but the Tinkerbell debacle lasted way too long. Lindsay Lohan, Ireland is hoping that Lindsay Lohan causes more tourism because her latest Netflix show is filmed in Ireland. And let's see, that they have the House of the Cliffs of Moher, which is, where's that? Cliffs of Moher, you know Cliffs of Moher?
Oh, yeah.
It's next to the
I'm not
plateau
being,
of Les.
do you hate Lindsay Lohan? Is that what it is? I'm not.
I watched The Christmas Wish or whatever
The Irish Wish.
muck it is. The Irish Wish.
Oh, it was number 1 on Netflix. So why you, dude? I'm not. I mean, why you coming at me?
Anchor, please calm down.
Yeah,
no. So
where is Enos Moore?
Inishmore.
Inish?
Inishmore.
Okay, because there's no H in there, but
Doesn't have to be.
Okay,
It's an island off the west coast of Ireland.
And Achill Island.
I will
To see the Banshees of Inisherin.
I will
Is it
smite
Inisherin?
you. Inisherin, yeah.
Yeah,
With
okay, I
the
said that
pagan
one right.
tattoo?
Yeah,
I will.
I ain't afraid
smite
of your smiting. You ain't allowed to bring the shillelagh in the building. So anyway,
Go on.
so you hated that movie. You hated that movie.
She got off the train. She got off a 1942 train, right? And then she got onto a bus that was probably one of the very first buses that was ever built. Like you had to put your feet down through it to move it along.
Is this
And
a
it
is this a
depicted- no, it-
period
no,
piece?
It's
not?
It's set in 2024. She went back into 1972, and it
So
was
why doesn't Ireland have better public transportation?
so.
Is it like Cuba?
This is the whole thing. No, it's not. She was there and she was sitting in her tower with, potatoes. And, sure, I go to Ireland to find a lovely learned-head man and I'm going to love him forever. And except I'm not, but it's going to be a wedding I'm going to. And I'm going to wish upon a banshee's nose.
I don't think Lindsay Lohan sounds like that.
Yeah, she does, because she was doing no, she wasn't. There was somebody doing stupid Irish. They hired no Irish actors for that.
Wow.
They just, and they're
Cultural
sitting there
appropriation.
with their big heads on them and Hollywood, and they're just and around.
You saying
and
Irish
something
people don't
around-
have big heads?
Yeah, I don't. Around.
It's getting
sorry,
further into the wow.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm taking it you didn't like the movie. Okay.
No, I didn't
All right.
like the movie.
And then
Let's-
apparently Ireland doesn't have any good actors.
Like I said, we're going to jump around here.
Oh no! Who won the best actor in the Oscars 2 weekends ago?
Cillian
Mr.
Murphy.
Cillian Murphy.
Okay.
He
all right.
couldn't be any more Irish if he was Irish,
He
and
didn't
he is
seem
Irish. He's-
when he was Scarecrow. It's like he had a really good American accent. What? He was a
Are
great
you sure?
Scarecrow.
Are you sure he's Irish?
That's
Maybe he's acting like he's Irish.
that
Yeah.
was a peninsula accent. I mean, an island accent. So no, I'm just. You know what you all can do now? I'm just going to go and talk to my leprechauns and. What? No, I didn't like the
Tuna
film.
Bro says, like Cuba, leprechauns don't hoard the gold; they redistribute it. Yeah.
Our gold comrade.
Yes. Our gold. All right. Dragon's Dogma 2 just came out. I spent, because I was on vacation, it just happened to work out really good for the first time in
Keep
a
it out
long
of the
time.
Tinkerbell.
I was able to spend a lot of time with a game that just dropped. This game just dropped yesterday. I spent probably 8 or 9 hours playing yesterday, 5 or 6 hours playing today. I'm like level 20. There are a couple things on this game that are not that are old tropes. They're not the new ones. You cannot fast travel. You can if you can get a fairy stone, which are very expensive, or find a fairy stone and it will take you to a place that you have marked previously. It's very hard. So you will find yourself, as I did, all the way across the map, needing to go to the other side of the map on a mission that had time restraints on it, and I just couldn't make it. I just could not make it, and so a kid died. So because I couldn't get over there.
You know, maybe if you liked the fairy folk, you would have got there in time.
Or if I had more money. And here's the
fairies
thing.
are less greedy.
Here's the thing that I think makes it more realistic, but it also bugs people. There's no lock on, so you cannot lock onto your enemy. A lot of people play games now are a
You
little
mean you can't
spoiled.
lock on in real life?
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. Well, you can from a distance if you're looking through your scope, probably.
The world is.
Yeah. So anyway, you cannot lock on, And the fact that the game and
What are you doing?
he's locking on.
I locked
All
on.
right, okay.
And there are no difficulties on the game. So there's no easy, there's no hard, it's just one difficulty. And I will say in my time
Yeah.
that I probably have died 30 times. But some of it is because big bosses, as we were talking about in the first hour, will just fly out of the sky. You'll see a shadow and like, oh no. And
I'm
Cameron
about to ruin his
Cameron
day.
has heard me play. I'm not like him where he gets really loud and go, oh my God, what was I don't do that.
I don't do that either.
Yeah.
I used to do that when I was a child.
He still does that. And I did that today. And Cameron's mom was like, what? I heard you in there yell. I was like, it was a chimera. And then she described a chimera. And I'm like, that's my wife right there.
Yeah.
Because she knew what a chimera was. And my pawns, they're called pawns, would not run.
Oh, pawns.
Pawns as in PAWN.
Yeah, pawns.
My pawns. Like
otherwise known as
Pawns
interns.
in this game.
like Mongo. Yes.
Life.
Yes. Your pawns, what's cool about the game is the same thing in the first one, is that if you have it, if you go online and leave it open online, you can get pawns from other players. You go into this other world part and all the pawns line up and you can go talk to them and see which ones fit your situation.
It's
like
like
if
a
you
pawn
want
shop.
like it could be like if you want a wizard or if you need a warrior or if you need an archer
Or a fairy.
no fairies, but there is a lot of magic, so you can do it that way, which is
fairies.
really cool. So I never beat the first one because of difficulty, probably. Well, what are you pointing at? You're pointing at the
I'm trying
text
to
line?
do the kind of subtle.
We'll get to the text line in
just
just a second. They can wait.
They can wait.
Something else. Several different trailers came out, including Beetlejuice, which I cannot wait. But man, Michael Keaton looks old, and I mean, the close up on him at the end of the trailer makes him look really, really old. And I know he's been dead, but you can't age when you're dead.
No, you can't.
So I mean,
do you think they should have CGI'd him? Beetlejuice.
Oh, there we go. We're back. So that trailer dropped. Also, Star Wars: The Acolyte dropped.
Looks good.
Cameron might remember this because I don't remember. What time period is The Acolyte supposed to be?
It's supposed to be in the High Republic.
Okay,
It's
so
the new era that Disney is trying to push.
So this is
but how far back?
This
is that?
isn't before
A couple hundred years.
Yeah,
Like this is like 400 years
Okay.
before the events of Clone Wars.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. The Alien Romulus trailer dropped. Facehuggers everywhere, man.
Okay.
Jumping all over the place. And that looks crazy. Text line 71307.
So we got lots of people asking about, did we see the new Crow and the new Omen 666 movies? Monkey Man is a big one that's a lot of people are asking about. We've got
All right, Monkey Man looks weird. The Omen,
It does.
anything Omen is freaky, and I believe that has Sydney Sweeney in it. And
Yep.
she is the
She's pretty.
she is Damien's baby mama, I believe. And what was the other one? Monkey Man. Monkey Man looks really.
Oh, the Crow. No, the
Yeah, the Crow
new
looks-
Crow. That looks
Crow
good.
looks.
Pennywise is the Crow.
Yeah, he is. There's just a lot of bad luck with the actors playing the Crow. So hopefully he's yeah.
That's because Jason Scott Lee played it once, or no, Brandon Lee played it.
Yeah,
and he died.
He died. Yeah.
So
yeah, and I think there was something happened to the guy that played it in the second one too. So that's a little.
Yeah, a little bit. They were also saying about transistor radios that they will work in an EMP. So
yeah,
there's no batteries, but that's cool.
So, but who has a transistor radio? I know you said you've got one of those. Most probably Doomsday Preppers probably all have transistor radios.
I'm sure they do.
So we'll be speaking to people who are already listening to the station anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean,
there you go.
That works out for us.
Hey, we could set up a logistics thing like through the truckers.
Can we do like in the movie The Fog? Run away from the zombies. Come to 25 Garlington. We might let you in if you have food.
Or just food.
Yeah, because we will have the weapons.
We have the weapons.
Yeah, I mean, or ammo. You can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you bring ammo, you can get in also. We're not saying that right now. Do not
No,
come.
no.
Do not
Don't
come
do
with
that,
ammo
no.
right now. No, no.
Well, I mean, ammo's
just in case-
expensive, and
well-
I've got to shoot in 2 weeks' time. So if they wanted to donate it, that's fine.
Well, no, we can't do that.
No,
'cause
they
there's-
can't
I
do
mean,
that.
because ammo's expensive,
If-
and it will exceed a certain limit of money that you're allowed to accept.
Okay,
Because it's
if there happened to be like a big store of pros with basses, like for bass fishing, like Bass Pro store, if they wanted to sponsor us or something like that, that'd be just amazing. I'm just saying it. Just
Except
throwing it out
we're
there.
not a fishing show, but I mean,
I
it
can
would be
I
cool.
fish.
I know, but
Well,
we're
you're
not,
fishing right now.
Yeah, you are.
So-
yeah, fishing for compliments and for merchandise, which you
Sponsorship.
should not be doing.
No, no sponsorship.
Okay, yeah, okay.
That's a big-
all right,
that's a
all right.
different
So Mark says Star Wars Acolyte. We were just talking about that. It looks pretty good. And from what I understand, someone has a purple lightsaber that turns into a whip. And I'm really looking forward to the lightsaber whip.
Oh,
Yes.
That sounds very dangerous. Like you can
not
kill
only
yourself
can she
easy.
whip it, she can whip it good.
Aha.
She might be able to whip it all night. I don't know.
Can
We'll
she
see.
whip it into shape?
No, it's a totally different song. All right, let us go to break. When we come back, it will be lightning round time and time for us to squeeze as many things as we possibly can into the last couple minutes of the program. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. I don't know. That was kind of low, man.
What is?
The liner's kind of low. Sounded kind of low to me.
Yeah, no, corrected it.
That's also a different song, Duna Bros.
Duna Bros.
We're
You
just
need to-
going in 3 different directions.
Duna Bros. Tell me what that acronym is.
No. What? Can she nay nay? Are you talking about that?
No. Odie, why
Now
does it
it's
always
now
come
it's
back
saying it.
to the 3 letters? And I don't know what the acronym is.
Where's that at?
Halfway up.
Yeah.
I don't know either.
Because if it was the other
When you
one.
see those first 3 letters, you expect to
Yeah.
have a few more letters. after
Yeah,
that.
it should have pluses and extra letters and
Something about fairies.
spell it out, Duna Bros.
No, I think he's talking about something else.
Okay.
Oh, he messed up the acronym.
Yeah. It's just
That one I understand.
Stop.
I don't.
We'll explain after.
Okay.
Also, I have the definition of pagan up.
What is the definition of
Why did I
pagan?
do it wrong again?
Definition of pagan is, especially in historical contexts, a person holding religious beliefs other than those of the main recognized religions.
Right.
So it's a matter
So
of
it's the religion of the day. So
Yes.
anything that's not the religion of the day would be considered paganism. So Norse gods would be pagan
Yeah. What?
because it's not the religion of the day, whatever that should be.
Yeah, but it's not a pagan symbol.
Yeah, but it's from a symbol from a pagan religion because it's not the religion of the day, unless there are people who still worship Norse gods.
I still worship Norse gods.
Do you?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite?
Odin.
Okay.
it would be, wouldn't it? Not a big Loki guy.
We don't
are
do
you?
politics. Stop it.
Chill, guys. Let's have fun. Let's not.
That may or may not be my problem with X-Men 97, by the way. All the bad guys were very pale. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're very pale.
I was noticing that. I was
yeah,
like,
it's just like, huh.
One of us is trying.
And one of them had a really bad Southern accent. I'm just saying.
I didn't notice any of that in the original.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Well,
Rogue has a Southern accent, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Somebody on the text line, let's be real. If there was an EMP, you wouldn't be transmitting. Yes, we would, because somebody has a doctorate of engineering. And I've got more ammo than all of you combined. Good luck.
Good for you.
How do you know?
I mean, that's. I mean,
Also, why does it sound like a threat?
yeah.
Yeah.
No. It sounds like I'm going to be alive and you're not.
I'm going to be live and you're not.
Yeah.
So you're probably not.
I'm sorry. We're creative.
Yes.
All right, again, we try to stay away from everything political because, we just do.
Unless it has to do with brackets,
you
then
get
we get
plenty
political.
of that during, and maybe that's what bothers me about the bracket is the politicization of our bracket, which once was fun.
I think it still is.
Don't know what you're talking about. You're acting as if people are moving outside of their prescribed parameters and metrics of measuring up the candidates.
All right, W has spoken. Before we get to lightning round and as many things as I can squeeze in, let me remind you, South Carolina Comic-Con coming up 6th and 7th. Make sure you get your tickets at sccomiccon.com/tickets. Also, check out Borderlands Comics and Games, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive, open 7 days a week for all your nerdy, geeky needs. If you're into Funko Pops, if you're into D&D, if you are into manga, however you want to say it, they got you covered over there at Borderlands Comics and Games. Joker 2, which is going to be a musical. A new report sheds light on Fallait Adieu musical numbers. There's supposed to be 15 covers songs, and so they're going to cover like 15 songs. So it made me think, are they going to be all crazy songs? So I found some of the craziest songs out there. Will they cover Pink Floyd's Shine On You Crazy Diamond? I hope so.
Yeah,
will they cover Gnarls Barkley?
That makes
Crazy?
me crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gnarls Barkley?
Gnarls Barkley. Yeah, that's the name of it. Does that make you crazy? That's Gnarls Barkley. Yeah. Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train. I mean, you got to do that.
It's on a crazy train. Yes. Yeah, I can see that.
Queen's Crazy Little Thing Called Love. A duet. Got to happen that right there. Yeah, exactly. Prince's Let's Go Crazy.
Let's go crazy.
Patsy Cline's Crazy.
What is that one for?
Seal's Crazy, which is one of my favorite songs. Aerosmith's Crazy. There's a lot of songs with crazy.
What way does Aerosmith's Crazy song go?
I will tell you later. Run out of time. Heart's Crazy on You.
Crazy on you. Yeah, I like that one.
Fine Young Cannibals, She Drives Me Crazy.
She drives me crazy.
Beyonce and Jay-Z's Crazy in Love.
No, I'm not even going to sing that.
Yeah. Kiss's Crazy, Crazy Nights.
These are crazy.
All right. I hadn't heard of this one, but I'm putting it in there anyway because it's ABBA. Crazy World by ABBA. Because I love ABBA.
ABBA.
I love ABBA.
Is it not ABBA?
Where are they from?
That's from Sweden.
And how would they say it?
They would say ABBA.
That's what I said.
No, you said ABBA.
No, I said it. I was saying like the weird dude who plays a guitar in ABBA. That's how he says it. Have you heard him speak English?
Bjorn or Benny?
Yeah, it might have been Bjorn. Alanis Morissette. It is their name. Alanis Morissette's Crazy and 12 Stone Psycho. I put 12 Stone Psycho in there because I like that song. Everybody's going psycho.
Cameron, you do know that ABBA is an acronym of the 4 names of the bands, right?
I was not aware, but just
no way.
I was expecting a second.
Actually, I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Are we talking Bjorn or Benny?
Anna Frid's Anna, Bjorn, and Benny.
I was expecting a more Swedish name, not just Benny.
Well, it's probably Benjamin.
All right, Trey says Crazy World by Aslan for the win. Aaron Taylor Johnson, we talked about this a few weeks ago. He still hasn't confirmed it yet, but no.
They put it out.
No, they have offered him the job. He has not accepted it yet.
Yeah.
So we are waiting. Aaron Taylor Johnson, according to all reports, has been offered James Bond.
I think he would be an absolutely fantastic.
He's 32 years old though, and so how many Bond films can he do realistically? 4 maybe.
But George Lazenby only done 1.
Yeah, I know.
Timothy Dalton done 2. I want to say 2 or 3.
I think it was 2.
Pierce Brosnan done 5. Daniel
Craig did 5. Did he did 5? Are you sure?
I think he done 5.
So you missed Sean Connery and you missed.
Yeah, Sean Connery done 6, I think. Roger Moore done 7 or 8.
Yeah. So I mean, but what I'm saying, age wise now, I think the role is more physically demanding, and which is one of the reasons why
Daniel Craig gave it up.
yeah, because of all the injuries and things.
Yeah, but I think this Aaron, I think he's, I know he's 32, but I think he probably has the physical fitness to do it.
He does, because he's been in shape for a bunch of different superhero movies, including Kraven the Hunter, which is coming out pretty soon. And I may go see, I may not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Speaking of people being in shape for movies, do you want to talk about Roadhouse?
Yes, really quick.
Yeah.
All right, we watched Roadhouse. Odie and I did.
Yeah.
And you get to see Conor McGregor's butt.
You do get to see it.
Yeah, quite a bit of it. If you ever thought, I wonder, is Conor McGregor's butt tight? Well, you get to see it. If you've ever wondered that, there's some people out there who actually want. Odie and I we never wondered that.
No,
and you were worried about me tonight.
No, I never wondered.
No, dude, trust me. I mean, you have no idea. We should watch it.
What?
I just want to put this out there. He's not acting.
No,
Conor McGregor is not acting.
He's just being himself. And
Jake Gyllenhaal, he's a bad guy.
But he's been in shape.
He's a good guy.
He's been in shape for other things.
Yeah.
For when he played Mysterio for Spider-Man.
Yes.
But in this case, he's in very much shape. He's an ex UFC fighter.
Yeah.
And or MMA fighter.
They call him the Notorious you're
talking about Conor.
Just stop.
Oh, the stuff he drops. I thought the one-liners were good. You just hate him. So
no, I don't. The thing is, I don't hate him.
It's the guy in the bar. You're speaking for him. I'm sorry to the pub. I apologize.
You're speaking for the member of your particular club.
Yes. Whatever club that may be. Some may call it a family.
No, I don't hate him because he is representing Ireland and he is, but he's doing it so badly. Like so
it's not accurate?
No.
All right. I will say this.
Do you want to see mine?
Later.
Which thing are we talking about?
We got like 3 minutes here. So I would tell you this is not an exact remake of the original.
Nope.
The original I really loved. I thought it was really good. I was waiting to see if Jeff Healey was still alive. I guess he's probably dead. But and no Sam Elliott, but it's because he's doing Boot Barn commercials, I think. So anyway,
that's because of his mustache.
Yeah, it's because it's a beautiful mustache. It is. Not anyone can do that. But the movie was really good. It was surprisingly really good.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it's hangover movie. You don't have to think about it. You just watch it and just kind of like.
Also, Cameron and I went to see Ghostbusters. I will tell you this, and a lot of people have said this. The movie starts off strong. The ending is not so much. It's still good, but it's not great. It's not as good as the last one was. But if you want to go see a pretty good movie and come out going, yeah, it was pretty good, go see it. The effects were good, of course. Some of the writing I was not too keen on. But the old school ones showing up are really good. Come on, Bill Murray's funny no matter what.
Is Bill Murray in it?
Yeah, he's in it. And so is Dan Aykroyd, and so is Ernie Winston.
Yeah, okay.
It's not Ernie Winston, Ernie Hudson.
It's
Winston Zeddemore.
Janine is in it as well, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She actually puts the outfit on. So check it out. By the way, last thing, if you want to buy Star Wars blue milk, you're going to be able to do that here pretty soon. You remember the blue milk where you went and you can do that. Yeah, it's going to be really good. All right. Thank you for tuning in.
Blue milk runs.
Yes.
That was filmed in Ireland. They're real mythical Irish beasts.
Are they really?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that next week. Thanks to everyone and have a great weekend, everyone. Goodbye.
By the way, not those things. Those things had green milk.
Blue, green, it's...
No. Different thing.
Oh, okay.
There's blue milk on Tatooine.
Oh, so I was wrong. I had the wrong thing. I was just thinking of Luke milking those things.
It's because you're traumatized by it.
Yeah, because everyone was traumatized. It was not a good show, Dave, Viper Dave, but thank you anyway.
It was a good show. It was a good show
for some of us.
Tinkerbell is gone through.
I'm embarrassed for what happened on the show, but there's nothing I can do about it.
All aboard the Tink train. Everybody on the Tink train.
Tink, tink.
I seem to have thrown away the master. Where's my master?
Of puppets?
No, there it is. By the way.
Obey the
No, we can't sing that on here.
Why?
Because of ours.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Ting ting. That's going to be my new. That's if we ever get T-shirts made up, they have to have ting ting.
No, they don't. All right. Say goodbye, Odie.
Goodbye, Odie.
Say goodbye, Cameron.
Goodbye.
Slán while ya.
I've got to make some major changes on the show. I will see you guys. I will see you guys next week.
It's flurry.
It was nice to